From figures lurking in the dark in Yellowstone National Park to the increasing number of missing hikers in Yosemite National Park, here are the dark secrets of the national parks, the most disturbing encounters ever reported. The Yosemite National Park in California has long served its purpose of entertaining locals and tourists alike with its vast landscapes of meadows and glaciers. But beneath all that natural beauty lies secrets too dark to be widely known. And those secrets slowly started surfacing in 2011 when a security camera inside the park captured something no one could explain. Multiple figures wandered out in the dead of night, pale, elongated shapes moving as if covered in white sheets, walking on two legs. But they weren't shaped like humans. Their torsos were too short, their movements too smooth, and only their faces and legs were clearly visible. People quickly named them the night crawlers of Yosemite Park. The prevailing theory suggests the Fresno Nightcrawler is a cryptid first documented in Fresno, California. It is semi-humanoid, white in color, long-legged, and typically spotted in pairs. They have been compared to walking pairs of pants. But that 2011 footage wasn't the end of it. In fact, after that moment, Yosemite's reputation began to shift. It wasn't just night crawlers anymore. Something else was happening in those forests. People started reporting creatures they had only heard about in stories. For example, in 2023, a man passing through the park late at night recorded this. Something wolf-like stood on the road, but it wasn't exactly a wolf. The uploader said he didn't stick around to find out, he reversed and left immediately. Many who saw the clip linked it to a skinwalker, another cryptid Yosemite has long been rumored to hide. And strangely, reports like these began popping up more and more. In 2021, a Reddit post titled "Skinwalker Encounter in Yosemite" described something even more unsettling. A man who had experienced paranormal things said nothing as intense as what happened in Yosemite in August 2017. While hiking Chilnualna Falls with two friends, they helped report an injured hiker. But during the dark hike back down, they all witnessed a small, humanoid, skin-colored creature sprint across the trail on two legs, moving in an unnatural way before disappearing down the steep slope. Terrified, they finished the remaining miles of the hike, feeling like something could be stalking them. Then, going back to 2018, another encounter surfaced, this one recorded on a trail camera found deep inside the park. When the owner managed to recover the footage, this is what it showed. Shadows drifting across the frame, almost as if floating. When the video was uploaded, countless commenters said they had seen the exact same thing. And by 2023, another Reddit story added yet another piece to Yosemite's growing list of unexplained encounters. A family staying in an Airbnb cabin near Yosemite had a terrifying night. The storyteller saw a tall, eyeless shadow of a woman glide around their bed, then crouch behind a lamp. Their brother saw the same thing from his side of the room, and later heard the floorboards creak toward him, followed by a woman's voice whispering, "Hey!" then louder, "Hey!" before the nightstand drawer moved. The next morning, their mom revealed that a woman had tried to wake her up too, confirming all three experienced something. The family left that day, and although the siblings still talk about it, their mom refuses to. They plan to return to Yosemite someday, but never to that cabin again. But what makes all of this even stranger is that Yosemite has a long, chilling history of people going missing. Hikers vanish without a trace, often in broad daylight, on well-marked trails with no logical explanation. And one of the most haunting cases tied to this exact area is the disappearance of Stacy Ann Arris. Back in July of 1981, 14-year-old Stacy Harris was on a guided horseback trip through Yosemite National Park, traveling with her father and a small group of tourists. They had stopped for the night at Sunrise High Sierra Camp, a remote backcountry station. At some point that afternoon, Stacy decided to walk a short distance away from the group to take photographs. She wasn't going far, just down a nearby path to get a better shot of the lake. One man from the group watched her walking down the trail. A few minutes passed, and she never came back. Search teams were called in almost immediately. Over the next 9 days, helicopters, dogs, and dozens of searchers scoured the area, but the only thing they ever found was the cap from her camera lens. Years later, when journalists and researchers tried to access her case file, they were denied, and this led to people asking more questions. What could possibly be in there that they wouldn't want public? And when you place her disappearance next to all these sightings, night crawlers, skin-colored creatures sprinting through the trees, shadow women leaning over sleeping people, it almost feels like Yosemite isn't just a national park. Maybe all these creatures aren't separate at all. Maybe the pale figures, the humanoid runners, the shadow woman, the strange wolf thing, they're all connected. Maybe they're skinwalkers. Maybe they're something older. Something that knows the land better than we ever will. Or maybe Yosemite is hiding secrets far darker than the official stories ever admit. A place where people vanish, cameras capture impossible shapes, and families wake up to eyeless women standing over them. A place where things move at night that shouldn't exist. It was December 2014 when a group of people were watching the American bison from afar, and their cameras picked up something strange. Something that wasn't supposed to be there, and definitely wasn't a buffalo. Right behind the buffaloes, through the fog, appeared a few large figures, walking on 2 legs, moving the way a human would, except they were way too tall to be human. So then what was it? The answer felt almost too obvious. Bigfoot, right in the middle of Yellowstone National Park. And this was only the beginning. In 2023, another similar video surfaced online.
Bear.
The footage was distant, blurry, all the usual things, but whatever the creature was, it was big enough to stand out. At first, the man filming assumed it was a bear until it started walking upright, perfectly, calmly, like it did that every day, and bears don't walk like that. Then in 2025, yet another video appeared. In the upper left section of the frame stood a dark figure, completely still, facing the camera. Some people dismissed it as a log because it didn't move the entire time. But considering Yellowstone's reputation, a lot of people weren't convinced. Still, none of those sightings came close to what was recorded on October 18th, 2023, when a group of friends went into the park searching for Bigfoot, and instead found this. A man, alive, but looking disturbingly out of place, staring blankly at the camera, and behind him, a tall, shadow-like figure no one could explain. Was it a ghost, a witch, something else entirely? To this day, no one knows. But the shadow figures, and the man they found, weren't even the darkest part of Yellowstone. Because the real mystery isn't just about what people see in this park. It's about what and who disappears inside it. Take Kim Crumbo, 2021. He was 74, former Navy SEAL, expert, kayaking on Shoshone Lake. He got separated. His kayak was found. Crumbo was gone. A man like that does not just disappear. Searchers found nothing. Total erasure. Then there is Stuart Isaac, 2010. His car was left, found on September 26th. He was 48. Inside the vehicle, his ID, his belongings. Isaac was never seen again. No note, no body, no sign of struggle. He drove in and ceased to exist. And it happened to a child, Dennis Johnson, 1966. He was 8 years old. Johnson and his family had been visiting the park from Inyakern, California. They stopped in the Cascade picnic area near Canyon Village for lunch when the boy's 7-year-old sister wandered off. Johnson and his dad, William, headed off in different directions to find the girl. William quickly located her, but his son never returned from the woods. A massive search was launched. Every corner of the area was checked. No clothing, no trace, nothing was ever found. What links the tall figure in the fog to the absolute vanishing of a Navy SEAL and an 8-year-old child? The creatures are dismissed. Bad footage, logs, bears, but they keep appearing tall, bipedal, near the steam vents, the unstable parts of the park. The missing people are written off as accidents, but they share the same cold facts. Sudden, total disappearance, no clues. In the same place where things that should not walk on 2 legs are walking. It suggests a system, not an accident. Is the creature in the video the one taking the people? Is Yellowstone simply a hunting ground? The park is vast, steaming, and holds secrets. The files are open, but the case is closed because the evidence is gone. Back in 1969, 6-year-old Dennis Martin was on a Father's Day hike with his family near Spence Field, a grassy clearing deep inside the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The kids were playing hide and seek. Dennis stepped behind a bush, and he was never seen again. There was a huge search, but then came the chilling report. A separate family hiking nearby heard a loud scream and then saw a wild-looking, hairy man running through the trees carrying something over his shoulder. Rangers dismissed the sighting. The locals didn't. And Dennis wasn't the only one to vanish under strange circumstances. Take Derek Luking, for example. In 2012, the 24-year-old parked his car near the Smoky Mountains and left behind a chilling note: "Don't try to follow me." He vanished into the forest and was never seen again. People started noticing a pattern, and all of it seemed to point toward one entity, Bigfoot. It sounded ridiculous to some at first, until the sightings began stacking up. One of the earliest was an old photograph found online. When someone color-corrected it, the figure suddenly looked different. The same long arms, the same tall, bulky frame covered in hair, but skeptics brushed it off, saying it was probably just a guy wearing high-waisted pants or something. But that wasn't the last piece of evidence. In 2023, a guy uploaded a video.
It's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I don't know what to do.
2 glowing eyes stare straight at him from the trees, completely still, completely locked on him. And right around the same time, a Reddit post appeared. A couple staying at a rental cabin in the Great Smoky Mountains had a strange night. While sitting in the hot tub around 10:30 p.m., they kept hearing small rocks being thrown at the cabin and nearby trees. Whenever they talked, the rocks started again, and whenever they went silent, everything stopped, almost like something wanted them quiet. There were no people below, just a steep drop into a dark, wooded ravine. And the other rental cabins nearby were empty. After the second round of rocks, they heard something big shifting in the brush, like it was repositioning itself. When the husband whistled a little tune, the rocks immediately started again. They weren't terrified, but they brought bear spray and their sidearms inside, just in case. The next morning, they searched the slope in daylight. Whatever hit the cabin had to either be incredibly tall or throw with serious force. But there were no tracks, no rocks, nothing to explain the noises. Only wet leaves, mud, and untouched ground. They later saw a black bear with cubs near the driveway, but even that didn't fit the rocks or the weirdly deliberate timing. The couple planned to keep their iPad nearby in case it happened again, but whatever was out there stayed unseen. But to understand the creature potentially behind these modern vanishings and strange encounters in the misty hollows of the Smokies, one must look back, far back, into the very bedrock of legend. The fascination with Bigfoot in the Smoky Mountains is a modern echo of a tale that goes back beyond recorded history and covers the world, particularly the large forests of North America. North American settlers started reporting sightings of this hairy mythical creature during the late 1800s and into the 1900s, with the occasional finding of footprints, sporadic encounters, and those few grainy photos and videos adding to the mystery. People claiming to have seen Bigfoot have described everything from a large, upright ape to an actual hairy human, sometimes standing more than 8 feet tall. The creature is known by many titles among different cultures, including the familiar Sasquatch, although the name Bigfoot is generally attributed to the mountainous western region of North America. Meanwhile, the Algonquin of the north-central region of the continent refer to it as a Witico or Wendigo. This is no isolated phenomenon. It is estimated that there have been more than 10,000 Bigfoot sightings throughout the continental United States, and this legendary figure finds a particularly fertile ground in the ancient, deeply wooded terrain of the Smoky Mountains. Whether due to the region's vast, untouched wilderness or something more primal, the Smokies have become a true hotspot for claims. In fact, the legend has grown so much in the region that there is even an annual Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Conference in Gatlinburg and a Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival in Townsend, where enthusiasts and researchers gather to dive deep into the mysteries. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, when you hike through the winding trails of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, the same woods where Dennis Martin disappeared and Derek Luking left his final note, the same darkness where like rocks are hurled at a couple's cabin, you might just feel that familiar, unsettling sensation of being watched. Perhaps the most chilling link is the simplest. The Bigfoot is a creature of deep forest and profound myth, and the Smoky Mountains are a place of endless, tangled woods. In this intersection of legend and wilderness, the unseen entity with the long arms, the staring eyes, and the powerful, deliberate actions finds the perfect, vast, and silent realm to exist. So the question remains, are the stories of the hairy man carrying something over his shoulder merely coincidence, or are the vanishings of Dennis Martin and Derek Luking, the eerie staring eyes caught on video, and the calculated stone-throwing incidents all part of an ongoing interaction with a creature whose roots reach back into the forgotten lore of the land? In 2023, a trail camera deep inside Everglades National Park captured something strange, something that didn't match any animal known to live there. The creature looked like a mix between a monkey and a bear, but experts quickly ruled both out. Whatever it was, it matched one thing a little too perfectly: the skunk ape. Yes, the same creature from Stacey Brown's famous footage. Through the thermal camera, a massive heat signature appeared. It walked on 2 legs, moved smoothly between the trees, and had the broad shoulders and heavy stride of something far larger than a human. When it crossed an open patch of forest, the silhouette became unmistakable. Experts estimated it stood roughly 8 feet tall. And this wasn't the first time the Everglades produced something like this. Back in 2000, a video surfaced online claiming to capture the skunk ape itself. The footage was grainy and filmed from far away, but even then, it was obvious the figure wasn't human. People tried to rationalize it, calling it a bear or a person in a suit, but none of it matched the movement. To prove it was fake, several people even tried recreating the walk themselves, heading into the same marshy terrain. But the thick mud made it almost impossible to move with the same speed and balance as the creature, which left only one explanation. Whatever walked through those wetlands wasn't a man or a bear, it was the skunk ape. The skunk ape is often described as the Sunshine State's answer to Bigfoot, a towering ape-like creature standing between 5 and 7 feet tall, cloaked in shaggy reddish-brown fur. But what truly sets it apart is its overpowering stench. Witnesses say the smell is unforgettable, a sickly blend of rotting garbage and sulfur that lingers in the air long after the creature has disappeared. It's this foul odor that earned it the name skunk ape. But the legend isn't new. Long before modern sightings, Seminole and Miccosukee tribes spoke of a hairy giant haunting the Everglades, a foul-smelling guardian of the swamps. According to their stories, this creature wasn't just an animal. It was something spiritual, a protector of the wild lands that punished those who dared to harm the forest. Modern reports began to flood in during the 1960s and 70s. Hunters, hikers, and even police officers came forward with stories of eerie encounters, glowing red eyes in the night, giant silhouettes glimpsed between cypress trees, and that suffocating odor hanging heavy in the humid air. One of the most famous pieces of evidence appeared in 1974, deep in the Big Cypress National Preserve. Several enormous footprints were discovered, each measuring over 17 inches long and bearing only 4 toes. In the late 1990s, Dave Shealy, a lifelong tracker of the skunk ape, claimed his own shocking encounter. He described the creature as running like a man, but hunched over and completely covered in hair. Shealy later found more strange tracks in the swamps, and his obsession with the creature grew. Then, in 2013, another video began circulating on YouTube, the now infamous Josh Highcliffe video. In it, a towering figure with broad shoulders can be seen crouched near a tree. The creature suddenly stands, revealing its immense size, and disappears into the forest. Though the video quickly went viral, many have cast doubt on its authenticity. Some claim Josh staged the sighting, but no one has ever conclusively proven it to be a hoax. As the stories piled up, Shealy took matters into his own hands. In Ochapi, Florida, he opened the Skunk Ape Research Headquarters, a small roadside building filled with plaster footprint casts, blurry photos, and hand-drawn maps of sightings. To Shealy, the skunk ape isn't just a legend. It's a part of Florida's wild heart, hiding in the dense mangroves and waiting to be rediscovered. Even now, the reports haven't stopped. Hikers speak of hearing guttural growls deep in the swamps. Campers wake to find enormous footprints circling their tents. And occasionally, someone catches a fleeting glimpse of a massive, fur-covered figure melting back into the underbrush. Whether it's an undiscovered species, a surviving relic of prehistory, or something even stranger, the skunk ape refuses to vanish from Florida folklore. Nature may seem calm and beautiful, but it harbors a side so unsettling it leaves us terrified. Tonight, we're diving into several disturbing encounters, shocking people around the internet. Before we begin, a warning: the last story is truly shocking. Exploring the woods can be exciting until you stumble upon a satanic ritual happening.
Oh. What the f?
This YouTuber ventured into backwoods rumored to be strange. As he walked deeper, he heard goat sounds in the distance, which quickly turned into a piercing, bone-chilling scream.
Oh.
Following the sounds proved to be a terrible mistake. He stumbled upon 3 figures in ritual attire performing some eerie ceremony. When they noticed him, they began to chase, with one figure following him while holding what looked like a weapon.
What the f? What's going on? Shit.
This seemed like a sinister ritual, and the YouTuber clearly walked into it at the wrong time. Forests are becoming scarier by the day. They say you should help someone in need, but what if it's in the middle of a desolate forest at night? While this group was camping, they suddenly heard a girl screaming for help in the distance. Armed with a flashlight and one family member carrying a gun for safety, they couldn't see anything in the pitch-black woods. It might have been a mountain lion, known for eerily human-like sounds. But what kind of mountain lion calls for help? Could it have been someone in real danger or something more sinister, like a skinwalker trying to lure them in? Would you dare to investigate? If you're not a Bigfoot believer, this footage from a Colorado hiker might just change your mind. Captured near Colorado's Rocky Mountain National Park, the video shows a massive figure covered in black fur roaming the woods. Its size and distinctly humanoid movements make it hard to dismiss. This rare sighting leaves us wondering what other mysteries might be hidden in Colorado's deep wilderness. Venturing into the wilderness is one thing, but poking one of its most terrifying creatures, only this Reddit user would dare to do that. In this shocking video uploaded to Reddit, a guy is seen poking something in the water with a stick. To our horror, what we thought was just an object turns out to be the head of a massive anaconda. In a split second, the snake strikes at him, narrowly missing the cameraman. That was way too close. While anacondas aren't venomous, they can still cause serious damage in other terrifying ways. Let this be a lesson. Never poke anything in the wilderness. This man tried to hand feed a bear and ended up seeing his entire life flash before his eyes. This video, recorded by a driver, shows a man attempting to hand feed a bear he spotted by the roadside. Huge mistake. The bear gets irritated and charges toward him, forcing the man to jump onto his car hood. You'd think that would teach him a lesson, but he gets off the car and tries to approach the bear again. This time, the bear decides to leave. It looks like the bear has more sense of safety than this man. This guy uploaded a creepy TikTok video that made everyone uncomfortable in their own homes. What you're seeing here looks like a real-life rat centipede. Multiple rats joined head to tail, moving in perfect sync. It's unsettling enough to spot a rat, but seeing something like this is a nightmare. I did some research and discovered it's called a rat king, a group of rats whose tails are tangled together by hair, sap, gum, or dirt. While it's a known phenomenon, I definitely wouldn't want to encounter a rat centipede in my house. This next video comes from a farmer who spotted something so unsettling he swore never to return to his farm again. While operating a machine, he saw something illuminated by the vehicle's flashlight in the distance. It was a figure, walking around for reasons only God known. It was small, about doll size or slightly taller, without a visible head, just a skirt-like thing moving eerily. The more you look at it, the stranger it gets. This family was stargazing when they realized they weren't the only ones watching. Uploaded on TikTok, This video shows a strange creature, possibly an animal or even an alien, stalking a family. The quality isn't great, but you can clearly make out something in the woods. The family described it as looking like a monkey, twisting its head 360 degrees. It's creepy, and honestly, it looks like it could be. What on earth is that thing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Hospitals are where we go for treatment, but for this person, it became a nightmare. Admitted to St. Paul's Hospital in Saskatoon, this guy started feeling really strange vibes. One night, getting awake at night, he recorded disturbing screeching sounds, even though no one was in the room. In a follow-up video, he captured the reflection of a figure in his Gatorade bottle, but when he panned the camera, there was no one there. This hospital is definitely haunted by some kind of spirit. Maybe it's connected to the bed he's in, or maybe it's the Grim Reaper just checking in. Who knows these days? This apartment owner woke up at 2 a.m. and was shocked to see an uninvited visitor at that time of night. When he woke up, he was terrified to see a figure standing at his bathroom doorway, silently watching him. It was wearing a hat and a long coat. At first, I thought it could be his own coat hanging, but when he zoomed in, we could clearly see a face, and the scariest part is that it was moving. My advice to the apartment owner: move out as quickly as possible, because whoever or whatever that was definitely didn't have good intentions. Feeding stray animals like dogs or cats is common, but have you ever seen someone feed a stray bear? This homeowner casually fed a bear through his kitchen window, offering it slices of meat. The bear, surprisingly calm, took the pieces one by one like a pet. While this might seem wholesome, let me remind you, this is a bear. At one point, the bear's claw came dangerously close to grabbing the man's hand. A near miss that could have ended badly. Would you ever feed a bear if it showed up at your window? Let me know in the comments. This next video captures the terrifying reality of the recent California wildfires. It feels straight out of a horror movie.
You caught the one already?
Uploaded on TikTok, it shows a house surrounded by raging flames, turning the scene outside into a fiery hell. The woman who shared the video said her husband and his friends were inside the house, trapped as the fire engulfed everything in seconds while they were grabbing their belongings. Thankfully, firefighters arrived just in time and rescued them unharmed. These wildfires truly feel like a glimpse of hell on earth. Let's keep everyone affected in our thoughts and prayers. This guy thought it was a good idea to record a video while standing in the middle of a swamp, and he got a shocking surprise.
I used to carry a big, bulky handheld one, and I got hit.
As he was talking to the camera, a lightning bolt struck a tree just inches away from him. It was a close call and enough to send him running immediately.
I used to carry a big, bulky handheld one, and I got hit.
He later mentioned feeling a slight sting from the lightning, but luckily, he walked away unharmed.
On video? Yeah, was that on video?
No, I think they both jumped, but I got hit. That hurt. Really hurt.
Call it luck or divine intervention, but he dodged a major disaster. Note to self, don't stand in a swamp during a lightning storm. Late one night, this woman woke up and thought her cat was watching her through the door, but it turns out it wasn't.
Pip? Come here, guy. Buddy?
She noticed two glowing eyes staring at her from the doorway, assuming they belonged to her cat. But moments later, her actual cat walked in, and those eerie eyes were still there until they vanished in an instant, leaving her with chilling questions.
Pip? Come here, guy. Buddy?
What was that thing pretending to be her cat? Maybe her furry friend invited over a mysterious, shy guest. Always check your food carefully, even at a 5-star restaurant, because something like this might be hiding in your meal.
In a second, that's why I want to get the lady back over here. We'll find it though. I won't let him disappear. See, the other one, he's going off the side. Yeah.
This woman was dining with her mother when she spotted something horrifying in her oyster. A long, worm-like parasite crawling out. Even worse, there were several of them, barely visible, making the discovery even more unsettling.
Eat an oyster again after this. I was just saying how much I like him. That might have just done it for me. This poor lady, I want her.
Thankfully, she caught it before taking a bite, or those parasites could have caused serious trouble. After seeing this, I'm not sure I could ever look at oysters the same way again. In the report, we see flames engulfing the hills in the background. But what's truly shocking is a fast-moving projectile shooting downward from the fire. It looks like a rocket, and its speed is undeniable. With theories already circulating about foul play, this footage might just be the concrete evidence fueling those suspicions. Nature never ceases to amaze, and just when you think you've seen it all, it throws something so bizarre at us that it makes you question everything you thought you knew. Take this video, for instance. At first glance, you might think this creature is a new kind of Pokemon. But no, it's not from a fantasy world. It's a real-life oddity. This footage comes from a fisherman who stumbled upon a remarkably strange turtle in their net. In the video, we see a newborn turtle, tiny and delicate, being held by the cameraman. At first, it seems like a typical turtle, but then you notice its face. This little guy has just one eye right in the center of its head, making it look like something out of a science fiction movie. The single eye is a rare condition known as cyclopia. Usually, creatures with this condition don't survive long after birth, as their one massive eye often takes up space that would normally be used for brain development. It's incredible that this little turtle has made it this far. Long flights can be boring, but imagine this. You're cruising at 35,000 feet, and instead of another rerun, the plane offers you a live action spectacle that feels straight out of a blockbuster. No, that's not a scene from some science fiction film set on a distant planet. Trust me, what you just saw was recorded by a passenger as their plane flew over a live volcano. And wow, talk about an unforgettable view. The video captures the thrilling sight of molten lava bubbling and flowing beneath the aircraft, creating a mesmerizing light show on the ground below. But that's not all. There's a towering wall of fire
with plumes of smoke billowing into the air, adding a dramatic flair to an already surreal experience. The whole scene was made even more intense by the fact that it was nighttime. The fiery glow from the lava illuminating the darkness made the sight absolutely breathtaking. I can only imagine the sheer excitement of those lucky enough to snag a window seat. Forget the in-flight entertainment. This view was like watching nature's most thrilling action movie unfold in real time. Going out in the wild in a car can be so fun until you encounter something that looked like it is straight out to some Jurassic Park movie. These men were out on an adventure when, at first, they saw several obstacles in the form of tree branches placed on the road to block the way, but the men did not pay much attention and kept moving on until one of them accidentally recorded a creature running in the wild pretty close to them and in the same direction they were headed. It looked like the creature was trying to catch up to their speed, and maybe then it planned to attack. The video stops there, but according to the men, they turned around and came back as soon as they could. Now, the area being completely remote, it is hard for a human to be there, and considering the appearance, it looked exactly like a Bigfoot. But was it real? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. A group of men in Texas have dedicated their whole lives to the sole purpose of proving that Bigfoots are real. They venture into the woods, setting up cameras and collecting as much proof as they can. A couple of months ago, when they thought they had enough proof, they held a press conference and decided to tell the whole world that what we all think of as belonging to mythical stories is actually the truth. That Bigfoot is as real as us humans and other animals. They recorded a clip from a night vision camera, and it can be seen walking around in the woods. And this wasn't all. They even had a clip which they claimed to be of a sleeping Bigfoot right in the middle of the woods during daytime. According to them, Bigfoots are shy creatures, therefore we don't get to see them often. But that does not mean they are not real. Personally, with so much proof, there is a chance that these men might be right, but there is always a doubt, you know. What if those are all fake? This clip was recorded by two friends who were coming back from their mission of collecting some wood logs and were recording themselves carrying all that weight. As the man opened the front camera, intending to record himself and the friend walking behind him, that's when we see a weird creature quickly walking right behind them. It crossed the path and disappeared into the trees, leaving the guy shocked, unable to believe what he had just witnessed. By the appearance, the creature did not look like it was a human. It had dark black skin and was walking very quickly and in a weird manner. According to the men, they had never seen anything like that in the area ever before. But to me, it just looks like a kid with costume on trying to play a prank on them. In an eerie forest, an unsettling video captured the elusive Bigfoot almost running towards somewhere, as if trying to run away from the eyes of humans or from some other danger unknown to us. Its form, almost humanoid yet unlike a human at the same time, had massive hands and feet that dwarfed any human. Mysterious and enigmatic, this creature defied easy classification, sending shivers down the spine. With swift, almost ghostly speed, it moved through the trees and the bushes, leaving an unsettling sense of awe and fear in its wake. The encounter left everyone on YouTube questioning the unknown and the chilling possibility of creatures that exist beyond our comprehension. Truth be told, even though many say that it could be a Bigfoot, for me, it could easily be a human which appears to be like this because of the camera being too far from him. When a man went for a hunting spree in the woods, in the middle of the night, he had no idea about what was coming next. Minutes walking into the darkness, he saw something creepy right in front of him. A pair of large, glowing eyes were staring right at him from a distance. The man, though scared, continued to record what was happening. According to him, the area was remote and only goes downhill from the spot he was standing on. Therefore, whoever was there staring at him must be really huge to be that visible from that distance. After waiting for a minute, the man decided to shoot in that direction, which made the creature run out of fear.
What do we do? Oh.
And that's when we got a little glimpse of it. But even after zooming it, slowing it down, and stabilizing it, I cannot make out what the creature looked like. It was too dark, and the creature was too fast to be properly captured on the camera. So, I cannot exactly say what it was. Could be an animal or could be something else too.
I've found this image online, with the user claiming they have captured this on trail camera. It is no question what the first thought anyone would have. That is the face of the legendary Bigfoot. Its face fully covered in brown hair, a large nose, perhaps for a body just as big. On the other hand, its eyes seem to convey also a gentleness. Could this image be real or fake? Is it the real face of the legendary creature?
If I were to compile a list of the top 10 most dangerous traditions in the world, the Danza de los Voladores from Mexico would definitely rank among the top 3. This video will show you exactly why. In this video, you'll see a group of individuals dressed in vibrant traditional attire perched atop a towering pole. One participant, dressed as a bird, is dancing at the very top of this pole. At first, it looks awe-inspiring, but then you realize they're performing this daring dance hundreds of feet in the air. They're even strapped with ropes that dangle them upside down, spinning around the pole as the ropes unwind, gradually lowering them to the ground. The number of rotations each flyer makes often reflects the number of steps in the agricultural calendar. Known as the Danza de los Voladores, or Dance of the Flyers. This ancient ritual is still performed in parts of Mexico and Central America today. The ceremony involves 5 participants, 4 flyers and a caporal leader who stands at the top playing a flute and drum. While they all seem incredibly skilled and professional, the sheer height and gravity defying nature of this tradition are absolutely nerve-wracking. One wrong move, and it's game over. The concept of the firmament, also known as heaven in various religions, is something people either believe in or dismiss as myth. However, this TikTok video, uploaded by a user claiming to have captured a rare sight, might just offer some intriguing proof.
I'm looking at the reflection of the sun in the water right now, and you see there's like a rainbow around it. Does anyone else see that? There's a huge like rainbow just going around the sun.
In this TikTok clip, the user shares what they claim is their first real-life sighting of a sun halo, caught on camera. The video shows the sun surrounded by a stunning, colorful ring that resembles a rainbow. The sun itself also looks a bit different, but it's that vibrant ring that really enhances the scene's beauty. The clip has sparked a flurry of debate in the comments, with some viewers suggesting it's evidence of the firmament from biblical texts, while others argue it's just a sundog, caused by the refraction of sunlight through ice crystals. In reality, it appears to be more of a sun halo, which occurs when light refracts off ice crystals in a thin layer of cirrus clouds, forming a ring around the sun or moon. Who would have thought that the secret to staying warm in freezing temperatures could be something as unconventional as glass slag and work gloves?
Work gloves off and your hands do this.
In this video, a glass factory worker shows us his unique method for keeping warm while working in bitterly cold conditions. He explains that, despite the freezing temperatures outside, he has a special ally in the form of glass slag. As he pulls off his work gloves, the real magic happens. Smoke starts billowing from his hands, as if he's got some kind of superpower. The smoke is actually a result of his body's natural heat and moisture interacting with the frigid air. It's a fascinating visual of how your body produces warmth, even when surrounded by extreme cold. It's like watching your own personal engine at work. Work can definitely drag sometimes, especially when you're stuck without a break. But imagine if you had an invisible friend to keep things interesting, like this worker experienced in a hospital.
Comenzó a contarla porque me pidieron 10 sábanas. Entonces he visto hueso y estoy recordando la sábana, se me abre la puerta y yo arranco.
In this spine-chilling video, we're looking at security camera footage from a hospital laundry room where a worker had an unsettling encounter. The footage shows the staff reviewing the camera feed, which captures the worker moving through the laundry room with his cart. While he's busy sorting laundry, the cart suddenly starts moving on its own. The worker doesn't notice the cart's eerie movement until the door swings open by itself, startling him so much that he bolts out of the room. It's both creepy and baffling. After this unsettling experience, it might be time for the worker to consider finding a new job, especially if it looks like the invisible force might be gunning for his position. I used to be a skeptic when it came to aliens and UFOs, dismissing most of the videos online as fakes. However, this footage from Cuba has me reconsidering my stance.
Esto como un extraterrestre, algo así.
This video, captured in Cuba, has left many people astonished by what the cameraman managed to film. The footage reveals an unusual object in the sky with a bizarre design, two wing-like structures, and a central glowing body that's continuously rotating, much like the spacecrafts we see in science fiction movies. The whole thing looks like a high-tech construct, almost as if it's from an advanced alien civilization. Given the video's quality, it doesn't seem likely to be computer-generated imagery. It appears to blend seamlessly into the real-world setting. While one might argue it could be a drone, I've never seen a drone quite like this before. This footage has certainly given me pause, and makes me wonder if there's more to these unknown flying object sightings than meets the eye. This video hails from Ireland and presents eerie footage of a cryptid captured at a girls' hostel. In the video, we witness the girls behind the camera genuinely frightened, searching the hallways for something ominous. As they turn on the hallway lights, there is initially nothing in sight. Undeterred, they venture upstairs into the darkness. Upon turning on the hallway light upstairs, something chilling appears at the end of the corridor. The encounter is undeniably unsettling, and by pausing the video at the precise frame where the creature is visible, it appears humanoid, but on all fours. This cryptid is looking directly at the girls, conveying an imminent threat. Given such situations, my advice for all of you would be to bring along some form of protection, such as a stick or pepper spray, during future investigations. You never know what you might encounter. Imagine waking up in the morning, ready to start your day, only to encounter a snake emerging from your toilet. This video captures exactly that scenario, unfolding in Malaysia. In the footage, we witness a thick snake emerging from the homeowner's toilet. The homeowner records the unsettling scene from a safe distance, suggesting that they encountered the snake before deciding to document it. The snake casually explores its surroundings, seemingly searching for a way to exit. This sight is undeniably frightening and unsettling, as it turns a common morning routine into a potential encounter with unexpected wildlife. Picture yourself on a sundown grocery run, cruising in your car when suddenly everything becomes brilliantly bright, as if the sun has made an unexpected reappearance. However, the reality dawns on you. It's not the sun causing this intense illumination. This video originates from Russia and was captured by a car's dashcam. The footage reveals a strange glowing light traversing the sky, gradually approaching the surface. As it descends, the light intensifies, illuminating everything below. According to news reports, this phenomenon was caused by a meteorite disintegrating upon entering Earth's atmosphere. The awareness that it was a meteorite adds an unsettling element to the video. Contemplating the potential consequences if the meteorite had struck the Earth's surface raises questions about the magnitude of destruction it could have caused. Thankfully, the meteorite disintegrated in the sky, preventing any catastrophic impact on the ground. This YouTube video, posted by a channel named Asia Wire, showcases an unusual humanoid baby with distinctive features that set it apart from a typical human infant. The baby in the video possesses hands and feet resembling those of an animal, along with a mouth adorned with two prominent fangs and strange ears. The footage, recorded by a woman, appears to be a demonstration of this creature, which could potentially be a prop for a creative project. While there's a possibility that this is a prop, its realistic appearance draws parallels to characters from fantasy films, such as those in The Lord of the Rings. Despite having some human-like features, the baby bears a striking resemblance to a Tasmanian devil, evident in its fangs, hands, feet, and even a tail. The question arises, is this a hybrid between a Tasmanian devil and a human, or is it simply a prop designed for a movie project? There's a common belief that if you live near woods and hear strange screams for help at night, it's best to call the police because some person might be in trouble. However, that is not always the case. A homeowner recently uploaded a video on Facebook capturing the eerie noises emanating from the nearby woods. Intrigued, he ventured out to investigate further, only to discover that the voices sounded like a human yelling for help, but accompanied by unsettling growls. Some viewers suggested the possibility of skinwalkers, beings known for transforming into other living forms to deceive and lure unsuspecting individuals. It is also especially known that skinwalkers try to imitate voices. However, they are not very good at it. Just listen again. In such a situation, the best course of action is to call the police, allowing trained professionals to assess and handle the situation appropriately. Our elders always warned us against venturing out alone at night, but we dismissed their advice as outdated. However, this chilling video has finally illuminated the very real dangers that lurk in the darkness. Terrifying, isn't it? This security camera footage captures a woman's harrowing encounter with something that defies explanation. In the footage, we see a view of a dimly lit street, and then a woman appears, sprinting down the road with a torch in her hand. She's screaming for help, glancing back frantically, as if something or someone is chasing her. After running for what feels like an eternity, she stops to look back, only to realize that the thing is still there, looming in the distance. This realization sends her into a full-blown panic, and she takes off again, terrified. What on earth just happened? If you watch closely from the start of the street, you can see a figure materialize out of thin air, slowly taking on a humanoid form. This figure is what sent the woman into a terrified sprint. it was stalking her, but instead of following, it just stood there at the end of the road, watching her fearfully flee. After watching this, I've made up my mind. I'm not stepping outside alone at night, even if someone offers me a free 5, that's for sure. We've seen strange unknown flying object sightings before, but in 2022, something eerily similar was spotted in Valparaiso, Chile. Only this time, it actually was landing on the surface. In the video, we can clearly see an unknown flying object-like thing hovering in the air, and its shape is nothing short of bizarre. It's got multiple edges, almost like a cross, slowly descending towards the ground. This thing is massive, and there's no visible cockpit door, or anything of the sort. Just a solid, oddly shaped object. As intriguing as it is, I can't shake my skepticism. The way this thing moves as it's landing is, well, weird. It almost feels like a giant balloon, slowly being guided or pulled down to the ground by someone. It's not moving like a typical aircraft, and while it might be a kite, it doesn't behave like one either. Also, this isn't the only time this strange object has been captured on video. Other sightings of similar objects suggest that it might be something entirely unknown to us. What do you think? In this video, a man in a forest captures a peculiar sight. He zooms in on a strange figure nestled between tree branches. The figure appears black, possibly hairy, with 2 distinct yellow eyes, and an unnerving smile. The entire video is centered on this enigmatic creature. Throughout the footage, the figure remains eerily stationary, not altering its position, which adds to the unsettling nature of the video. The close-up shot makes it difficult to determine whether this is an animal or something else entirely. The static nature of the figure, coupled with its striking features, creates a sense of unease and mystery. This video leaves a lingering, unsettling feeling, primarily due to the creature's steady, unblinking gaze and peculiar smile. In this gripping video, we follow the perspective of a police officer on a mission in a dark house, accompanied by a colleague. They use flashlights to navigate the dim environment. As they cautiously descend the stairs, a sudden noise, like something falling from a nearby room, startles them.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Right now! King 1, did you copy that?
Upon investigating, they find nothing out of the ordinary at first. However, the tension escalates when they enter a room and initially see nothing. But then, chillingly, the figure of a young girl with her face obscured by black hair emerges. The policeman yells for the girl to get on the ground, but what happens next is truly terrifying. In an instant, the girl appears right in front of the policeman and attacks him. Her movements and behavior are far from normal, suggesting something supernatural, more akin to a ghost than a human. This video leaves an unsettling impression. The sudden, inexplicable attack by the girl, who seemed to move supernaturally fast, adds a layer of horror to the situation. This video starts with a chilling narrative detailing how authorities were dispatched to a forest to investigate a disturbing incident involving an alleged Bigfoot that reportedly killed and consumed a man. To aid their search, they install a trail camera in the snowy, mountainous forest. The first footage captured by this camera reveals a large, black, hairy creature moving between the trees. Despite the snow and distance, the image is reasonably clear, showing the creature standing on 2 legs, resembling the legendary Bigfoot. The video then transitions to a second piece of footage featuring 2 deer. Initially, the deer appear calm, but gradually, one becomes increasingly agitated and nervous, as if sensing a looming threat. This video, with its apparent sighting of a creature resembling Bigfoot and the subsequent behavior of the deer, leaves an unsettling feeling. The idea that something so mysterious and potentially dangerous could be lurking in the forest makes me think twice before I decide to go camping. In this video, a man films the peak of a towering mountain. As he zooms in, the camera reveals a surprising sight atop the mountain, a large black figure, its size and shape evoking the image of the legendary Bigfoot. The figure's presence on the cloud, enshrouded peak, adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to the footage. The contrast between the distant lofty peak and the striking silhouette of the figure is striking. Watching this, one can't help but feel a sense of unease mixed with fascination. The possibility of such a creature like Bigfoot existing in such remote and inaccessible places stirs the imagination and curiosity. In this video, a man is hiking through a forest, likely in autumn, as indicated by the leafless trees. He spots a black, hairy creature off the side of the path, piquing his curiosity. Intrigued, he follows the figure with his camera as it crosses the path, moving calmly and seemingly unaware of being observed. The creature walks on 2 feet, adding to the mystery. As the man continues to film, he momentarily loses sight of the creature among the trees, but persists and manages to recapture its image. This peculiar detail leads to speculation about the creature's identity. The calm demeanor of the creature, especially in the presence of a human, is intriguing. It doesn't exhibit any predatory behavior, which casts doubt on the idea of it being a dangerous entity like a dogman. This raises questions about the authenticity of the video. The footage leaves an unsettling feeling. Is that really the best footage to date of a real dogman, or is it fake? In this video, captured by a trail camera in a forest at night, we see an intriguing and somewhat eerie image. The camera records a large, hairy creature lurking among the trees, its 2 eyes shining in the darkness. The creature's size and appearance evoke the image of Bigfoot, a legendary figure in folklore. The forest's nocturnal setting adds a mysterious aura to the footage, with the creature's glowing eyes intensifying the sense of mystery. It's difficult to determine exactly what the creature is due to the limited visibility and the camera's position. Watching this video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially with the creature's resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. It's a reminder of how much remains unknown about the natural world, particularly in the depths of the forest at night. This video narrates the chilling story of a man named Jeff who went solo camping and mysteriously vanished. His personal items, such as his wallet, medical inhaler, and camera, were later discovered in the forest. Intriguingly, the camera contained footage from the night Jeff disappeared. In the footage, Jeff captures a large humanoid figure with no discernible face. The figure abruptly vanishes, sparking Jeff's curiosity to venture deeper into the forest in search of it. The video then cuts off, leaving the fate of Jeff unknown. The footage, especially with the sudden appearance and disappearance of the strange figure, makes me really nervous. It leaves me with questions about what Jeff might have encountered in the forest that night. In this dramatic video, someone films from the street as a building is engulfed in flames, with thick smoke pouring out of the shattered windows on the ravaged floor. Amidst the chaos and concern, a startling moment occurs. A cat is seen leaping out of a 5th-floor window. Remarkably, the cat lands on all 4 feet, a testament to its agility and survival instinct. The sight of the cat making such a daring escape and surviving is both shocking and impressive. Cats are known for their ability to land on their feet due to their highly developed vestibular system. But a leap from such a height is extraordinary. The alien debate has been around for ages, sparking intense discussions and endless speculation. With countless pieces of evidence scattered across the internet, it feels like we've seen it all. But every now and then, something truly unexpected surfaces like this video. This eerie footage comes straight from TikTok, where a user shared a jaw-dropping discovery they made in their backyard, hidden beneath a pile of branches and twigs. As the camera zooms in, the scene gets chilling. The creature looks like it's been there for ages, with mushrooms sprouting from its head, adding to the unsettling vibe. Its appearance is eerily similar to the stereotypical aliens we've all seen online, with the big head and hauntingly familiar features. But I've got to admit, I'm a bit skeptical about this one. It seems almost too perfect to be real. I did some digging and found another video showing a similar figure supposedly discovered in a forest, perched on a tree. My hunch? This might just be a cleverly crafted 3D-printed model. But hey, that's just me speculating. If it's not fake, then we might have to seriously reconsider what we believe about these creepy beings lurking out there. Our world is a delicate balance between the seen and the unseen, with time itself serving as the barrier that keeps them apart. But every now and then, that barrier shatters, and when it does, strange things like this could happen. This chilling footage was captured by a home security camera, while the homeowner was casually working on his laptop, his dog resting peacefully by his side. In the video, as they're enjoying a quiet night, something eerie glides past the background window. The homeowner catches a glimpse of it from the corner of his eye, and that's when the real terror begins. Startled by what he saw, the homeowner bolts out of his chair, grabbing his dog, and dashes into the bedroom, heart pounding. What was it? The figure seemed ghostly, pale face, dark body slipping right by the window. The sight left the homeowner rattled, not just because of what he saw, but because of the unsettling question that now lingers. How do you deal with a trespasser you're not even sure you can report to the police? Spotting a bug after rain is pretty normal, right? But nothing feels normal when you come across a concrete post straight from the depths of hell. The photo you just saw was taken after a flood, capturing a sight that's both unsettling and mesmerizing. A concrete post completely covered in a dense, writhing mass of worms, likely millipedes or centipedes. These creatures are squirming and wriggling all over each other, creating a scene that looks disturbingly alien. The post is partially submerged in water, suggesting that these worms were likely displaced from their natural habitat by the flood or some other environmental upheaval. The sight is downright grotesque, as if the post has become a breeding ground for some nightmarish alien parasite. Just imagine accidentally placing your hand on top of this living, crawling mass. I'd probably leave my hand behind and run for my life. This next video comes straight from TikTok, uploaded on June 9th, 2023, and it's been leaving people scratching their heads ever since.
You hear that?
Yeah, that's weird.
We're in Toronto, Canada, and there's this weird sound in the sky. Hear that?
Sounds familiar. This eerie footage was recorded by a homeowner in Toronto, Canada, who was startled one morning by strange noises coming from the sky. In the video, you can hear him mentioning that he's been hearing these sounds for a while now, and they resemble trumpets being played from above, almost as if they were coming from heaven itself.
What is it?
The haunting sounds persist for a full 2 minutes, seemingly originating from the sky. Viewers of the video are divided. Some believe it's one of the 7 trumpets, signaling something biblical, while others take a more rational approach, suggesting it might be metal scraping against concrete, possibly from nearby construction. Another theory is that it's just the natural sounds of the earth, or perhaps a metal structure, like a bridge creaking under stress. Whatever it was, one thing's for sure, I wouldn't want to wake up to that sound any morning. Snakes are downright terrifying. No matter the species, they all have that fear factor. But every now and then, you stumble upon one that's actually kind of... Isn't that adorable? This video comes from a TikTok user showing off his pet snake. The snake is tiny, slithering around in the camera view on the owner's hand, its patterns creating a mesmerizing spectacle. But don't be fooled by its size. This little guy is feisty, striking out with surprising agility. Despite its small size, this snake is showing some serious attitude. But what species is it, you ask? This is a small eastern hognose snake. Eastern hognose snakes aren't dangerous to people or pets, though they do produce a mild venom used to subdue their prey. This venom is delivered through 2 enlarged teeth at the back of their upper jaw. However, bites from eastern hognose snakes are extremely rare, so there's no need to worry about this cute little guy. This video from Australia showcases an incredibly rare albino echidna discovered in Bathurst, about 120 miles northwest of Sydney. A member of the Bathurst Regional Council spotted this unique echidna and named it Raffi. Locals were fascinated by this rare creature, but they were not allowed to touch it. Short-beaked echidnas are known for being elusive, and encountering an albino specimen makes it even more extraordinary. Raffi, displaying albinism, has a genetic condition that leads to reduced melanin production in hair, skin, and eyes. While albinism is beautiful, it comes with complications, with sensitivity to sunlight being one of the most common issues. The discovery of Raffi adds a special touch to the wildlife in the Bathurst region, creating excitement among the locals who got a glimpse of this rare and captivating albino echidna. Whenever I see those exposed power lines, I can't help but fear what might happen in a big short circuit. This video from a Florida neighborhood provides a chilling answer to that question. It captures the moment when 2 power lines accidentally touch, causing an electric spark to travel the entire length of the power lines. The spark forms multiple times, creating a terrifying sight and accompanied by the screams of locals in the video background.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Accidents like these can be extremely dangerous, potentially leading to a power line break. If the line falls to the ground, it could cause even more disaster. It's truly frightening to witness such events happening in your neighborhood, and the unsettling electric spark noise it produces is spine-chilling. GoPro cameras are amazing. They capture everything without getting in your way. However, sometimes they accidentally record things that can leave you unsettled for life. This video comes from a skier's GoPro camera during a skiing adventure in Siberia. Although the clip is short, it shows a tall black figure amidst the trees. If you pause on the figure, you can see how huge it is. Compare it to the nearby tree, and it looks like an 8 to 10 feet tall creature. It has long arms and a humanoid upper body, making it resemble a Bigfoot. Siberia is known for Bigfoot and Yeti sightings, and this might be the first time a camera managed to capture a clip of this elusive creature. The video leaves us with a mix of awe and uncertainty about the mysterious beings that might roam the Siberian wilderness. Humans have this strange tendency not to back away from danger unless it's right about to hit them. This video perfectly illustrates that, where a group of people stands behind a fence, gazing at the surging sea with massive and furious waves. The waves are already dangerously high, but these folks seem to be ignoring the potential risks, just enjoying the spectacle. Suddenly, the worst unfolds, as the towering waves come crashing, surpassing the fence. As the waves breach the barrier, they start taking everything in their path. Many people get swept away, and then the video abruptly ends. Watching this video only intensifies my fear of the ocean and water. Still, I can't help but be puzzled about why these individuals didn't realize the abnormality of those towering waves and seek safety. The way humans sometimes approach danger leaves me utterly confused. Ever felt like someone's watching you while walking alone? Well, this hiker experienced just that and decided to record what he sensed. In a forest, he felt eyes fixated on him, prompting him to open his camera. What he captured was a black figure peering directly at him from behind a tree. This mysterious being was stalking the hiker, completely unaware of being spotted. The creature, like others we have seen in previous clips, appeared quite humanoid and was covered in thick black fur. To me, it resembled a Bigfoot, but it's hard to say for sure since the video was recorded from a distance, making the facial features less visible. What are your thoughts on this stalking creature? Could it be a Bigfoot? Or might it be something even more terrifying? The video leaves us with a sense of mystery and intrigue about what lurks in the depths of the forest. In a remote California forest, where trail cameras are often deployed by wildlife enthusiasts and researchers, a piece of footage has emerged that sends shivers down the spine. The serene forest setting is suddenly disrupted when an enigmatic figure materializes in front of the camera, almost as if it appeared out of thin air. The figure, adopting a humanoid stance and adorned with a face mask, stands eerily still, fixating on the camera with an unsettling gaze. The mysterious individual then casually teleports to the side before the video unexpectedly concludes. While it's plausible that this is a person wearing a mask, the motivations behind their presence in the heart of the forest at that particular moment remain shrouded in mystery, injecting an unsettling element into the footage. Back in 2015, a video surfaced claiming to have captured a spooky encounter on Halloween. The footage unfolds in front of a festively decorated tree, adorned with hanging seeds and a black coat in the backdrop. Amidst these Halloween trinkets, something strange unfolds. At the 5-second mark, a wispy figure materializes in front of the black coat, taking on a human-like form. Over the next few seconds, the smoky figure seems to thicken, almost as if it's hanging upside down from the tree. The sight is downright eerie, and moments later, the figure appears to rise before vanishing into thin air. While the video hints at a ghostly presence or spirit, I'm open to considering alternative explanation. I welcome anyone to share their thoughts in the comment. This video originates from Paraguay and has left people in both fear and confusion. In the footage, recorded by locals in a Paraguayan village, a creature is seen floating in the water. This creature appears lifeless, but its strange appearance adds to the mystery. The creature has a hairless, fur-deprived body with 2 arms and legs, resembling a human. Its hands are particularly unsettling, displaying a humanoid structure with 5 fingers and a palm. While the creature's face is not clearly visible in the footage, it is suggested to bear a resemblance to the mythical chupacabra. The chupacabra is often described as a creature that acts like a vampire, killing animals by sucking their blood. Stories of such creatures date back several decades, with the first major wave of alleged chupacabra sightings reported by farmers in Puerto Rico in the late 1980s and early 1990s. This video adds to the ongoing lore surrounding these mysterious beings. Our oceans are captivating, housing creatures that often leave us wondering if they are real or some form of extraterrestrial being. This video showcases one such enigmatic sea creature found in the mud. The creature possesses a strange appearance, featuring a hard shell covering half of its body, resembling a shrimp on the other half. Notably, the hard shell displays two closely spaced eyes, and the tail exhibits three large tentacle-like structures. Despite its alien-like appearance, this creature is not otherworldly, but a horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crabs, while not actual crabs, are characterized by their slow movements and the habit of hitting the beaches of the Atlantic Ocean in late spring. Their name originates from the horseshoe shape of their shell. Interestingly, the horseshoe crab's existence spans an impressive 450 million years, challenging the notion of simplicity in the natural world. Imagine yourself as a hiker exploring the deep Canadian Acadian woods, and suddenly you spot a large black creature stealthily trailing you. Naturally, your instinct would be to record the encounter, much like the hiker in this footage. The video captures a sizable black creature stalking the hiker from the bushes. After a few seconds of realizing it has been spotted, the creature ventures off into the forest, and the video concludes. In terms of appearance, the creature appears tall, possibly ranging from 8 to 10 feet in height when compared to the nearby woods. Its head and neck exhibit humanoid features, and its body is covered in thick black fur. It seems the hiker may have captured a rare and unsettling sight, the legendary Bigfoot. This next video from Waitsfield, Vermont, is a stark reminder that while water is essential for life, it can also be terrifyingly unpredictable, especially when it comes to flash floods. This footage was captured by a local in Shepherd's Brook during what was supposed to be a peaceful hiking adventure. The video starts off with the person standing calmly over a small river, which at first appears tranquil and low. But suddenly, a massive wave of water surges in, quickly followed by icy torrents that grow bigger and bigger with every passing second. Before long, the water swells to such a height that it nearly reaches the cliff where the cameraman is standing. This video is a chilling reminder of how dangerous flash floods can be. One moment, everything seems perfectly calm, and the next, you're fearing for your life as the water rises with unstoppable force. Some comments on the video suggest that this could have been caused by an ice jam, a blockage of ice that suddenly gives way, releasing a flood. Whether it was an ice jam or not, one thing is clear: water can be as ferocious as it is essential. If you're looking to unwind and breathe deeply, I highly recommend a nice, refreshing hike. But always stay alert. This eerie video comes from June 2011 in Norway, where a hiker claims to have captured footage of two alien creatures lurking in the jungle. As the video begins, we see a foggy, dense forest. The cameraman zooms in, and in the distance, a mysterious figure starts to take shape within the mist. Then, as he pans the camera to the side, another similar figure appears. When the video is zoomed in and slowed down, the figures become even more intriguing. They resemble hunched human forms, but the pronounced hunch and the head shape are distinctly alien, eerily similar to the stereotypical alien images we've all seen online. The thick fog and grainy video quality obscure many details, but what we can see looks exactly like how you'd imagine an extraterrestrial to look. So what do you think? Is this just a trick of the light, or could these figures be something out of this world? Are you a believer in portals and alternate dimensions? If you're one of those who think there's more to reality than meets the eye, this camera glitch might just be for you. This video, captured by a security camera in the dead of night, appears to show a real-life portal opening up right next to a house. In the footage, a strange bright light suddenly appears near the wall and starts to morph into what looks like a portal. The light fluctuates, growing larger, then smaller, before flaring up again in a brilliant display. It's easy to see why someone might think this was a gateway to another dimension. But before you start making plans to explore the multiverse, the reality is a bit less fantastical. This was actually just a camera malfunction caused by a fluctuating light, likely due to some electrical issues in the area. If you're skeptical and thinking this might be computer-generated imagery, take a closer look. You can actually see the light reflecting off the surroundings, brightening and dimming as the portal pulses. Ancient architecture is truly a sight to behold, a blend of craftsmanship, art, and engineering that we can all admire even without knowing much about it. But with age comes fragility, and unfortunately, that means these masterpieces can crumble when we least expect it. This video comes from China, where a TikTok user captured the heartbreaking moment an ancient bridge met its tragic end. In the footage, we see a classic old arch bridge spanning a river, its weathered stones and distorted structure, a testament to its age. But suddenly, the bottom part of the bridge gives way, collapsing into the water below. Within seconds, another massive section crumbles, leaving behind nothing but the skeletal remains of what once was. The aftermath is jarring. It looks like a scene from a war zone, with the bridge's ruins scattered in the water. Watching this piece of history disappear is profoundly sad, as these historical bridges are more than just structures. They're the embodiment of the wisdom and ingenuity of ancient architects. When it comes to the sea, few predators are as fearsome as the shark. But just when you thought sharks couldn't get any more terrifying, nature goes the extra mile. What you just saw isn't some creature from a science fiction movie. This alien-looking predator is a real-life species known as the viper shark. In the video, the researcher captures a close-up of this terrifying creature's jaws, and it's a sight to behold. Those razor-sharp, jet-black teeth are menacing enough, but that's not even the craziest part. As the researcher gently pulls on the viper shark's neck, its jaws extend outward like a hook. The jaws jut out a good 3 to 4 inches from its mouth, looking almost like a separate appendage. It's both fascinating and terrifying to watch, as this bizarre feature sets the viper shark apart from its more streamlined relative. Most modern sharks can also push their jaws out when they take a bite. However, the viper shark takes it to another level entirely. Its jaws extend so far out that it almost seems like an external attachment, a gruesome tool of the deep. In a remote California forest, where trail cameras are often deployed by wildlife enthusiasts and researchers, a piece of footage has emerged that sends shivers down the spine. The serene forest setting is suddenly disrupted when an enigmatic figure materializes in front of the camera. almost as if it appeared out of thin air. The figure, adopting a humanoid stance and adorned with a face mask, stands eerily still, fixating on the camera with an unsettling gaze. The mysterious individual then casually teleports to the side before the video unexpectedly concludes. While it's plausible that this is a person wearing a mask, the motivations behind their presence in the heart of the forest at that particular moment remain shrouded in mystery, injecting an unsettling element into the footage. Back in 2015, a video surfaced claiming to have captured a spooky encounter on Halloween. The footage unfolds in front of a festively decorated tree, adorned with hanging seeds and a black coat in the backdrop. Amidst these Halloween trinkets, something strange unfolds. At the 5-second mark, a wispy figure materializes in front of the black coat, taking on a human-like form. Over the next few seconds, the smoky figure seems to thicken, almost as if it's hanging upside down from the tree. The sight is downright eerie, and moments later, the figure appears to rise before vanishing into thin air. While the video hints at a ghostly presence or spirit, I'm open to considering alternative explanation. I welcome anyone to share their thoughts in the comments. Our oceans are captivating, housing creatures that often leave us wondering if they are real or some form of extraterrestrial being. This video showcases one such enigmatic sea creature found in the mud. The creature possesses a strange appearance, featuring a hard shell covering half of its body, resembling a shrimp on the other half. Notably, the hard shell displays 2 closely spaced eyes, and the tail exhibits 3 large tentacle-like structures. Despite its alien-like appearance, this creature is not otherworldly, but a horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crabs, while not actual crabs, are characterized by their slow movements and the habit of hitting the beaches of the Atlantic Ocean in late spring. Their name originates from the horseshoe shape of their shell. Interestingly, the horseshoe crab's existence spans an impressive 450 million years, challenging the notion of simplicity in the natural world. Imagine yourself as a hiker exploring the deep Canadian Acadian woods, and suddenly you spot a large black creature stealthily trailing you. Naturally, your instinct would be to record the encounter, much like the hiker in this footage. The video captures a sizable black creature stalking the hiker from the bushes. After a few seconds of realizing it has been spotted, the creature ventures off into the forest, and the video concludes. In terms of appearance, the creature appears tall, possibly ranging from 8 to 10 feet in height when compared to the nearby woods. Its head and neck exhibit humanoid features, and its body is covered in thick black fur. It seems the hiker may have captured a rare and unsettling sight, the legendary Bigfoot. This video uploaded on YouTube had every single person confused when they watched it for the first time. A trail camera, which was set up to keep an eye on the wandering wildlife, detected something out of the ordinary. All of a sudden, in the middle of the day, a figure was recorded running through the forest. Even though the motion detection camera tried its best to follow the figure, it was too far for the camera to get a clear picture. In a matter of seconds, the figure was out of sight, and we were left with questions about what we had seen. The video, when uploaded, got loads of mixed reactions from everyone. For some, it was a real Bigfoot trying to get away from the camera, but for others, it was nothing but a human walking around in the woods. But I do have to say that the figure looked like it was entirely covered in brown hair, which makes me lean towards the idea that this was the real deal. Let me know what you guys think about it. I have been only a few times out to fish, so I can't exactly call myself an expert, but I am pretty sure what you are about to watch is not common. This guy managed to capture on film a whole bunch of fish just standing still in a river. I am not exactly sure what is going on. They seem to get ready for something, although I am not sure what. Is there anyone more knowledgeable on fishing and fish behavior? Why are they just standing still in such shallow waters? Recorded a couple of years ago, this clip looks like it came straight out of a scary movie. The man was on a walk late at night when he saw someone standing completely still ahead. The guy decided to move forward while recording the whole scene, but his soul left his body when he came mere inches away from the woman. Her face was completely covered in darkness, and she stood still, yet with her head slightly tilted. Even though her face wasn't visible, the man could sense her stare on him. Scared, he ran as fast as he could. After a few moments, as he turned back to see if the woman was still there, he found nothing. It looked like no one was there in the first place. The video lasted for a minute, during which he kept looking back, wondering where the creepy woman went. But he found nothing except for the creepy vibe the place was giving off. I have no idea if that was a real ghost or someone pranking the guy, but what I can tell is even if it was a prank, it can easily give a normal person a heart attack. Other than this, the authenticity of the clip remains shrouded in mystery still. Fishing has been an interesting sport for men for decades. While most of them just enjoy it as it is, some men make sure to try not so traditional ways and take things to extremes. The man in this clip tried something similar and ended up getting totally what he was asking for. As he saw plenty of fish swimming in shallow water, he laid down and tried to catch the fish with his bare hands. However, things took a turn when he got a bit more than he can chew.
Oh my gosh! Oh, baby, get up, baby! Go!
As the fish grabbed his arm, he screamed in pain. Not just him, but the people around him were also shocked. For as long as the video lasted, they were all just trying to help pull the fish out of the water and off his hand. I can't say why people would want to fish like this, but I guess everyone needs a hobby. The guy would have probably ended up with multiple scars after this adventure of his. This just reminds me not to attempt risky things when you are not an expert in such matters. I personally would never try this. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.